we'll catch up with members of Bangor's homeless community who continue to live outside despite offers for help. And a lot of excitement in Winter Harbor, where residents are celebrating the construction of the area's first cell tower. Very exciting news for them. Good morning, everyone. I'm Craig Colson. We'll hear from Emma Smith in just a few moments. She's working on some other things right now. We're going to kick things off with a check of that forecast, and it looks like a real nice day ahead today. Lots of sunshine. Of course, a lot of people are talking about the potential for a storm that's going to blow into the area over the weekend, and it could bring really the first significant snowfall of the season so far. For more on that, let's turn things over to Devin.
Alrighty, happy Friday. So here's what we have our eye on. We have a gale warning that's posted until this morning, along the coast. We also have some more gale watches being posted here. And this is a winter storm watch that's posted through Sunday evening, for the southwestern parts of the state. We'll probably see some more advisories issued across the state as we'll be watching for some snow that will be moving in our direction. Otherwise, though, as we do move forward in time, the radar and satellite is pretty quiet. There was a little bit of snow outside of the country earlier, but now that has since backed off. And overall for today, we'll be looking pretty good. Maybe some clouds passing through, but otherwise a lot of sunshine today. As we do zoom things out, though, things looking pretty quiet for now, but the key word is for now. There's a highly advertised system out across parts of the country now, across the midwestern parts of the state. We can actually pull the map over and show you this, and we're seeing that development here now with this system here. I'll actually move the map a little bit more, though, and we're seeing this thing starting to develop, and now we'll be moving in our direction over the next few days. But futurecast for today, a lot of sunshine, maybe a few passing clouds. We'll watch for a few more clouds later on tonight, maybe a little bit of snow in the northern parts of the state, but for us, we'll be looking pretty good. As we move forward in time, though, the winds will be a little bit gusty, with some sustained winds up to 15 miles per hour. Gusts up to 25 miles per hour will also be possible. It will keep the winds rolling a bit in the parts of Saturday as well. As for today, here we go. So lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy out there. Highs in the mid-20s. That northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. That hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, a lot of sunshine. Temperatures in the 20s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. A rash of bogus bomb threats has been causing problems in Maine and around the nation. On Thursday, it was some of Maine's courthouses that had to be evacuated while authorities investigated. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bichard has the details on the latest threats.
On Wednesday, it was state houses, and on Thursday, courthouses across the state and country, including the Capitol Judicial Center behind me, became the latest victims of emailed bomb threats determined to be hoaxes.
Today's scenario, unfortunately, second verse, same as the first. The type of message went out nationally. It was nondescript, so the threats weren't specifically to our judicial center here in Augusta or Portland. It was courthouses in general across the country.
Matthew Clancy is the chief of the Maine Capitol Police, which responded to both incidents. The incident on Wednesday that targeted the State House, and Thursday's incident, which was received by employees at courthouses in Augusta and Portland, according to Barbara Cardone, the Director of Legal Affairs and Public Relations for Maine State Courts. The incidents are related. Chief Clancy says they have to take every threat seriously at first, even if they know it's probably a hoax.
So then there is the similar exercise, is vetting the credibility and then taking protective measures, and that's what took place today.
Chief Clancy adds Maine Capitol Police and police across the state and country are always prepared to respond to any threat. However, responding to these threats costs more than just money. It costs manpower, or as Chief Clancy describes, bandwidth.
There are always going to be times when law enforcement will be at maximum bandwidth. But I guess I would like to come back to the point that there is an awful lot of situation awareness shared, resource availability shared at any given time.
According to Chief Clancy, both investigations are being worked on by FBI task force members. We reached out to the FBI field office in Boston for a statement and received the following response. The FBI takes hoax threats very seriously because it puts innocent people at risk. While we have no information to indicate a specific and credible threat, we will continue to work with our local, state, and federal law enforcement partners to gather, share, and act upon threat information as it comes to our attention. While it's not clear what sparked these bomb threat hoaxes, Chief Clancy says there are a number of domestic and international issues currently fueling upset, and hopes this type of threat doesn't become the new normal.
I will say that obviously that it creates a new layer for us, but it's not anything that we don't previously have plans in place as to how we're going to mitigate, how we're going to initially respond, and then mitigate.
In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, in other news this morning, we're hearing from Governor Mills for the first time on the Secretary of State's decision to bar former President Donald Trump from the Maine GOP primary ballot. Up until now, the governor has remained silent on the secretary's decision, but says while she supports the decision, she also respects the process it has to go through. Her spokesperson, Ben Goodman, said in a statement, quote, while the secretary was required by law to rule on that petition, the governor believes that the question of whether former President Trump violated the 14th Amendment is a question that must be answered by the courts. And she believes it should be done so nationally rather than in a piecemeal fashion, state by state. Without a judicial determination on that question, she believes that the decision of whether the former president should be considered for the presidency belongs in the hands of the people. The governor also called the threats against Secretary Bellows and her staff alarming and said efforts to impeach the secretary are unjustified.
There's still little information about a fire that broke out last night at a home in Exeter. It was reported around 8 o'clock last night on the Exeter Road. A member of the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office tells our crew on scene the family and their dog were able to safely escape the fire. However, there is still a cat missing. The fire apparently rekindled this morning, and fire crews were called to return to the scene around 5:20 to douse remaining hotspots. We'll have more information as it becomes available. And excuse me, this was yesterday morning.
Well, meanwhile, a man from Richmond is accused of setting fire to a home belonging to a family member. 40-year-old Robert Jolly was arrested Thursday after he allegedly set fire to a garage on Arnie Drive. The blaze quickly spread to the rest of the house, destroying the entire property. Officials say 2 people who lived there managed to get out safely. And according to the Morning Sentinel, Jolly was later arrested and charged with setting that fire. He's also facing charges of burglary, assault, criminal trespass, and theft of services.
Police say a man has been charged in connection with a shooting incident in Clifton Wednesday morning. The Penobscot County Sheriff's Office say a caller reported firing 1 shot through a bedroom door after hearing noises inside his house on the Getchell Road. Deputies quickly responded to the scene and were able to communicate with the caller over the phone. The Sheriff's Office says while they were on scene, more shots were fired from inside the residence, and neighbors in the immediate area were asked to shelter in place or evacuate. During ongoing communications, deputies were able to convince the caller to put down his firearms and come outside. The 50-year-old male was taken into custody. None of the shots fired during the incident came from the deputies involved. The deputies searched the home, but no other people were inside. However, deputies located a family dog that had been shot and deceased. Deputies utilized the yellow flag law process to take the man into the hospital for a mental health and substance use evaluation. He was admitted and then charged with reckless conduct with a dangerous weapon. The Sheriff's Office says multiple firearms were seized from the residence.
Well, 2 people are now facing charges for an armed robbery at the Big Apple store in Madison in August. 34-year-old Raymond Ellis has been charged with robbery and theft. He was already in jail for allegedly leading police on a chase and hitting several vehicles in Skowhegan back in November. 19-year-old Seth Johnson of Skowhegan was also summoned for robbery. Police say 2 armed men went into the store around 3 a.m. on August 5th and took money before getting away. Ellis and Johnson are scheduled to appear in court in March, and police say a 3rd person is also expected to be charged in the case.
Police are searching for a suspect following a reported break-in and theft at a brewer business. Our David Ledford has more.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Pretty awful thing to steal money from.
Just before 8 a.m. Thursday morning, Brewer police received a report that someone had thrown a brick through the window of the Brewer Redemption Center. Owner Matt Bamford says at least $200 was stolen from a donation box kept by the window for Bottles for Playful Paws, which supports stray animals in the area.
Someone came through overnight, threw a brick through the window, and they took a donation box for the stray animals. I'm a little surprised it happened up in this area. It's usually pretty quiet up here, and people get desperate, and unfortunately, that's one of the results.
Police say the incident likely took place between 4:15 Wednesday evening and before opening Thursday morning. One employee shared her frustration with the alleged theft.
Well, we're doing a service to people, and it's almost like people come in and bite the hand that feeds them. Like, I don't understand. I just don't understand.
Police say there are steps businesses can take to prevent break-ins from happening in the future.
The best advice I can suggest is, as most people do, lock your doors, invest in a good security system, cameras and whatnot, to try to help you out in the event that this happens at your business.
Bamford says anyone who wants to support Bottles for Playful Paws can donate their returnables at the center on 391 North Main Street.
They can drop off anytime.
Police say the incident is under investigation, and anyone with information is being asked to reach out to the Penobscot Regional Communications Center at 207-945-4636. In Brewer, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Let's hope they figure that one out. Hey, Happy New Year to you, by the way.
Happy New Year
This is
to
the first
you.
time we've been together in the new year.
Yeah.
So I took a few days off. And
Yep. I'm
Glad to
glad
be back.
because I'll be taking a vacation starting next week, and
Yeah.
you'll have to plug along. Plug
I don't know
along
what I'll
on your
do
own.
without you.
Yeah.
But we'll get by. No, I'm excited that you're getting ready to go on a vacation too.
Yeah,
It's well deserved.
Thank you. You could probably see it in my eyes. It's needed.
You're ready? I hear you.
Yeah. But it's good. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, the time now is 6:11. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, Craig's going to scroll for me.
Here we go.
Communication is about to get easier for people in the Winter Harbor area. We'll hear how the construction of a new cell tower will improve their lives.
Yeah, I took a few days off and I forget how to do this. I
I-
even forgot to put my mic on at the beginning of the show. So
I've been there.
what are you
Yep.
going to do?
Yep.
All right, I do know how to do this though. Let's take a look at that forecast. Looks like a nice day ahead today. Mostly sunny and breezy with highs near 24 degrees. Partly cloudy overnight with lows dropping down to the mid-teens. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy on your Saturday before that storm rolls in. A little more on that later on. The highs tomorrow around 23.
My name is Pam Crowley. In 1 year, I had to take care of burial or cremation arrangements for 4 family members, including my husband and my sister. I could not have gotten through everything without my funeral director, Cindy, at Bragdon Kelly Funeral Homes. Cindy greeted us as a friend. During her arrangement, she was so personable. Cindy is so patient and understanding. She gave us assurance, comfort, and she has such a great smile. The best thing that Cindy did is take such good care of my husband. He had some issues before his death. I felt very worried that he would not look right. When I saw him, he looked like my husband. Cindy took excellent care of him. Seeing him definitely helped me feel right. Cindy did more than I ever expected of a funeral director.
Bragdon Kelly Funeral Homes. Let our family serve yours.
Local news weeknights at 6 with Beth Jones and Peter Dubois on ABC 7.
Well, of course you're doing well. You're here on Wheel of Fortune.
Let's go win some money.
These contestants are going places. Scandinavia. They're moving and shaking and getting it done here on Wheel. You could try to make it look a little harder.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
Welcome back, everyone. 5 Maine lobstermen, with the support of the Sustainable Maine Fishing Foundation, are pushing back against a requirement to have tracking devices on their vessels. They have filed a lawsuit in U.S. District Court alleging the recent rules by the Maine Department of Marine Resources present an immediate and serious risk to the constitutionality protecting privacy of Maine lobstermen. President of the Maine Lobstering Union, Virginia Olson, says lobstermen who live on outer islands use the boats for many things like getting groceries and even emergency medical services when needed. And she says the regulations requiring the tracking devices beyond and operational, even when the lobstermen aren't fishing.
We're not against data, we're not against science, we support it, we ask for it. But there has to be some line of protection for the fishermen themselves. When we looked into the black box, there was a lot of information that could be used for sighting offshore wind, and that's a direct conflict with our fishery.
Olson says lobstermen want to know how that data will be used, and they also want to have access to it. She says right now there are a lot of questions and concerns. A fund has been set up to help them. Tax-deductible donations can be sent to Sustainable Maine Fishing Foundation at 150 Bar Harbor Road in Trenton.
The residents of Winter Harbor are looking forward to being more connected as construction is about to begin on the town's very first cellular tower. This new addition is expected to be particularly beneficial to the area's first responders. Our Grace Blanchard tells us more.
You know, it's really abysmal. We have no bars most of the time.
In today's world, the lack of cellular service can be very disconnecting, which is how the residents of Winter Harbor have been feeling for years.
It's been really severe for everybody. I've heard so many complaints.
When I'm going to text someone, it's the only way to do it, and then that text may not deliver for hours.
But that's all about to change as the town is getting its very first cellular tower.
Like we're the last town on the planet to have a cell tower, but you know, it's been a long time coming.
The lack of service has been particularly troubling for the area first responders, whose communication systems rely on access to cellular service.
If we're in an area and there's an alert that comes through and we don't have access, then we're not getting that alert.
Chief Mitchell says this is something they've desperately needed for a long time.
Very hopeful for this. I think this will be an amazing upgrade for our town, the town people, and for public safety.
And residents are looking forward to feeling more connected with the rest of the world.
It makes it hard for people to connect, especially the older folks that are stuck at home or they can't get out in the winter, and their cell phone, sometimes that's the only thing they have. So this will help everybody in general.
Construction on the tower will be taking place over the next couple weeks and is projected to be fully operational by this spring. In Winter Harbor, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, meanwhile, police departments often face challenges finding enough money to buy equipment to help protect officers while on the job. So when an opportunity came up for the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office to apply for a grant for new safety equipment, they made their pitch. And on Thursday, Sheriff Troy Morton was joined by the parents of Maine State Trooper Jeffrey Parola, who died in the line of duty back in 1994. Since then, his parents have been raising money for departments that are in need of equipment to help keep officers safe. So the Spirit of Blue Foundation was created, and yesterday they awarded a grant of almost $4,500 for Guardian Angel lighting devices.
Today there are tight budgets. There are the limited grant opportunities sometimes for different pieces of equipment. And then again, I'm proud of our deputies to take the lead to not only find a solution to a problem that we knew existed, but to go out and find that there's actually funding that allowed us to do that.
Well, 33 devices were purchased with that grant. The Guardian Angel offers hands-free lights to deputies, whether it's during a traffic stop or entering a dark room. The idea is to help members of the Sheriff's Office be seen by others and to help them see as they continue to do their jobs. A nice way to use the money, too.
That's a great bit of technology, yeah. Traffic stops are so dangerous.
Yeah, they can be.
Yep. All right, the time now is 6:18. After the break, we'll check in with the unhoused residents of Bangor's so-called tent city to see how they've been faring since temperatures have been dropping sharply overnight.
Plus, all the latest revelations from the unsealed Epstein documents coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Because I have both Medicaid and Medicare, I got a special Medicare Advantage plan from WellCare. It's called DSNP. That's DSNP. And it stands for Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan. My grandson, it's my boy.
Hey, Grandma.
And a WellCare DSNP comes with a whole lot of these. As in, WellCare gives me benefits I can use every day, and real human support, and answers I can understand. And I get benefits like $0 copays on prescriptions, and a WellCare Spendables debit card to pay for things like dental, utilities, and groceries. I can even use it to pay at the pump for gas. And that means a WellCare DSNP provides what I need when I need it. And that gives me the confidence I need to get through every day.
The coverage you need and more. Call or visit wellcareyes.com to see if you qualify for more benefits.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard. After serving 8 years in prison for the murder of her abusive mother, she's free. And now, this morning, the all-new GMA interview. What will she say now? What will she reveal? Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Good Morning America this morning.
Whether you're hurt by a landscaping truck like this, a work van like this, or any commercial vehicle, we know how to get you the big money you may deserve.
Hurt by a commercial vehicle? Call the twos. We win for you.
Welcome back, everyone. Winter conditions may be uncomfortable for us, but it is a dangerous problem for individuals who are homeless. Our Matthew Jaroncic spoke with some of those at Bangor's largest encampment, known as Tent City, about how they're getting by and efforts to help them.
Tackling homelessness has been a priority for Bangor officials, moving 20 individuals living along Valley Avenue last year. These efforts continue as the winter conditions worsen.
I'm thankful for the people I did get into homes right off. I wasn't here when they were doing all that, but I think that, you know, it was great that they did that to keep people warm and safe.
While some individuals are getting the chance to start a new opportunity somewhere warm, others like Bella O'Byrne said they're doing what they can in these frigid temperatures.
People are using generators, propane tanks, fires, coals.
Staying warm and getting the necessary essentials are what O'Byrne says is helping her get through these tough times.
I'm not sure what groups come in here, but they come in and they bring food and drinks and water.
Community Health and Counseling Services is one group that's helping. They were out walking along Tent City Thursday, talking to individuals about taking part in the state's Landlord Liaison program. It's a way to break down the barriers between landlords and those experiencing homelessness.
Ariel and everyone, they try real hard to help everyone, and they do a great job.
Despite not finding any housing yet, Spring says he doesn't plan on giving up.
I fill out applications online to get in a place, and they'll open the building over here that's the Pine Tree Inn for the homeless in March. And hopefully I can try to get in there and see if I get denied on that, and all you do is keep trying to move on.
In Bangor, Matthew Jaroncic, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, the time now is 6:23. You can only imagine what it's like to be living outside in weather like we've had. And in fact, there's word now that it looks like a pretty significant storm is moving in over the weekend, later on in the weekend. Looks like we could get several inches of snow, perhaps even more than that. For more on what we can expect, let's turn things over to Devin.
Alrighty, happy Friday. Here's the advisories we have our eye on right now, though. We have gale warnings and gale watches that are posted, though. Some of them expiring this morning. The gale watches lasting to at least Monday because of gusty winds, and more advisories to the south and west, though. There's a winter storm watch in the southwestern parts of the state up until 7 p.m. Sunday. I'm sure we'll see some changes with that as we get closer, and maybe some more expansions in some form moving forward. But otherwise, so wave heights are already starting to get active out there, ranging from 2 feet according to this buoy right about in here to around 5 to 9 feet according to other buoys. So already remaining rather active out there as we get things rolling out there this morning. But for now, though, we're looking okay. Again, across other parts of the world, though, just outside of Maine, we had a little bit of snow recently. But as for us, we're looking pretty good out there with a mostly clear sky. We'll see a lot of sunshine for us today. But here's that highly advertised system. In fact, it'll be easier to show you it this way, though. We have this area low pressure that's going to be tracking off towards the north and east in general. And that'll give us a chances for some snow coming up soon as well. So futurecast moving forward, though, we'll see a lot of sunshine today. Pretty simple day overall. We'll have more clouds moving in later on tonight. Maybe a little bit of snow across the northern parts of the state, but as we head towards your Saturday, though, maybe a few passing clouds. And really, that'll be about it. By Saturday evening, that's when the excitement starts to take place just a bit. We'll be watching for a little bit of snow tracking in from the southwest and going toward the north and east. There is a snow right about in there. Maybe some gusty winds as well. This will be Sunday, though, so Sunday may be a little bit of a mess from time to time for a few areas. Those will start to get out of here as we head towards your Monday. And then there's another system, though, that will be on the way as we head towards Tuesday and parts of Wednesday as well. We'll see it mainly moving in by Wednesday with rain is so possible, possibly even more gusty winds too. We have plenty of time to watch that as we do move forward in time. As for snow accumulation, so for this latest system as we head towards your Sunday, still some time to track this, so this may change a little bit before we're all finished up. In general, maybe 2 to 4 inches stretching from Bangor and areas on south before we're all finished up. Lesser amounts to the north and a little bit more further off towards the south and west. We'll keep an eye on that as we get a little bit closer. But as for today, though, lots of sunshine, breezy out there with highs in the mid-20s. That northwest wind getting up to about 25 25 miles per hour. By tonight, 14 degrees, becoming partly cloudy. The wind's backing off out of the west at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, lower 20s, mostly cloudy. North wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast. So there's a snow for your Sunday with highs in the middle 20s. Then we calm down by Monday, mostly sunny, highs in the lower 30s, and lower 30s again for your Tuesday with a mostly cloudy sky.
R&K Variety is more than just a convenience store. With delicious homemade food made fresh daily, we offer hearty meals that don't break the bank. Whether it be our delicious chicken pot pie, one of our many savory soups, or a pizza, you can't go wrong at R&K Variety. Looking for a drink after a long workday? R&K Variety is an agency liquor store with an impressive selection. R&K Variety, more than just a convenience store. We're your neighbor, chef, barista, and friend. Stop by today.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Hi friends, I'm Jim Culbertson, president of New England Bible College and Seminary. Do you sense the call to become more fully equipped to serve Christ? We offer accessible, affordable education ranging from early college for high school students to standalone classes, 4-course certificates, and degree programs for adults. Courses can be taken in person or online. Visit us today at nabc.edu.
Order in the court. Just tell the truth. Everybody's telling the truth. This is a weird case. What y'all want? You must be out your mind. You a gangster?
Guilty.
I've gotten over the flattery part. I'm here to do business. I am a judge. It sounds funny when I say it. There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Police say a 6th grader was killed and 5 other people were wounded by a student who opened fire inside a small Iowa high school in Perry. Fox's Carolyn Shively reports.
The small town of Perry, Iowa is in mourning after a student walked into his school and shot 6 people before classes started Thursday morning, killing a 6th grader. Police did not name a motive for the shooting, but the boy's friends say he and his younger sister had been bullied.
I've been going to that school my entire life, and those kids would do horrible things to him.
He got tired of the harassment. Was it a smart idea to shoot up the school?
No. God, no. And I am mad at him for that. Lord knows I am mad at him for that.
4 of the injured are students, and the 5th is the school's principal. Police say the shooter was armed with a pump-action shotgun and a small-caliber handgun. When they searched the building, authorities found the suspect dead from a gunshot wound. They also found an improvised explosive device.
The state fire marshal and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms rendered the device safe.
Police say the shooter had posted videos on social media in and around the time of the attack, but would not give specifics, noting they're still gathering evidence. White House officials report President Biden was tracking the shooting, and federal officials are helping support the investigation. They also said it was another call to action for Congress.
Congress must act to enact universal background checks, ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, require safe storage of firearms, end the gun industry's immunity from liability, and pass a national red flag law.
Law enforcement officials believe the shooter acted alone. Caroline Shively, Fox News.
A federal judge in New York has released a second batch of unsealed documents related to late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The papers are in connection to a lawsuit back in 2015 against Epstein's ex-girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, by one of Epstein's victims, Virginia Giuffre. This new round of documents is shedding some light on the relationship between Epstein and former President Bill Clinton. Fox News correspondent Nate Foy has more.
This second batch of 19 unsealed documents is over 300 pages long, and once again, much of the new information revolves around the relationship between Jeffrey Epstein and the Clinton family, and not only former President Bill Clinton, his daughter Chelsea as well. In this new batch of documents, lawyers for Virginia Giuffre and Ghislaine Maxwell discussed pictures of Maxwell at Chelsea Clinton's wedding as possible evidence in the 2015 civil case. Bill Clinton himself is again mentioned by Giuffre in an email. She wrote about a publisher labeled VF, presumably Vanity Fair, that reads, quote, "It does concern me what they want to write about me, considering that B. Clinton walked into VF and threatened them not to write sex trafficking article about his good friend J.E. Clinton denies this claim through a spokesperson. Attorney Alan Dershowitz is again mentioned in the documents, accused of having sex with an underage girl, a charge that Dershowitz strongly denies. But he's also referenced in an email between Giuffre and Sharon Churcher, who provided this guidance about publishing the story, writing, quote, "Don't forget Alan Dershowitz, J.E.'s buddy and lawyer, good name for your pitch. We all suspect Alan is a pedo, and though no proof of that, you probably met him when he was hanging put with J.E." 59 documents are now unsealed. Giuffre's lawyers tell Fox 240 documents are coming in total. It could take until Monday before they're all released. In New York, Nate Foy, Fox News.
A new report shows a sharp rise in theft insurance claims for Hyundai and Kia vehicles. Data from the Highway Loss Data Institute says thefts of the company's vehicles increased 1,000% between 2020 and the first half of 2023, while theft of other makes remained the same during this period. Older Kia and Hyundai models equipped with turnkey ignitions were reportedly the most vulnerable of being stolen, as the spike in thefts came during a viral trend on social media. The report shows vandalism claims of Kia and Hyundai vehicles also peaked at 3 times the rate of other vehicles in the first half of 2023. Last year, Kia and Hyundai settled a $200 million class action lawsuit to cover expenses related to theft. Really tough market out there for folks in the market for a used car.
Yeah, it sure is. You know, I just signed up for new insurance with a new company a couple of days ago, and one of the questions they asked me is whether I drive a Kia or a Hyundai, and I bet that's why. I kind of wondered at the time, why are you asking me that?
Unfortunately, that may be the reason.
Yeah, boy.
Okay, coming up on the second half of the newscast, Devin Dagnall will tell us all about a new book that could help you find adventure in your own backyard.
Plus, all the latest on that snowy forecast. Back with more right after this.
Pat's Pizza in Holden has recently expanded their seating capacity. Call now for reserving your event or holiday party with us. The new indoor golf simulators are open for the season. Call now for reservations.
Orono is more than just a college town. It's an affordable destination. Welcome to the Orono Arcade, where we have both modern and retro games. And for a new experience, check out our 9-hole blacklight mini golf course. Budget-friendly, fun for the whole family, with 13 restaurants within walking distance. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Orono Arcade.
Your local professional, eco-friendly office space partner is WVII Business Solutions, your one-stop shop to get the job done. Handling all your office furniture and printing machine needs at an affordable price. Offering full system integration into your workplace and local service on everything we sell. We can even remote monitor your system with just-in-time inventory and service need assessments. Little to no downtime gives you peace of mind. At WVII Business Solutions, your solution is only an email or a phone call away.
Hi, I'm Angelina Mucci.
And I'm Andy Mucci of Family Fun Bowling Center.
When we want to know the weather, we go to foxbangor.com.
Celebrating our 50th anniversary year, Family Fun Bowling Center has 20 lanes of 10-pin bowling at its best.
You were selling your home, and it sold to the plaintiffs.
A former owner in hot water.
You were asked whether there were any known defects in the pool, and you wrote no. Correct. You found that there was a deep cut in the lining.
And it became a financial drain.
You don't call up a pool person and say, well, I just want to know how much a new lining is if there's no defect in the lining. Do you understand?
Next, Judge Judy.
Friday at 5, only on ABC7.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Friday, January 5th, 2024. It's also National Clean Off Your Desk Day.
I like this one. There's stuff going around. I know a couple people who have the flu right now and COVID. Just take that Lysol and just go.
Nasty. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know the average work desk can be 100 times more filthy than a kitchen table? Many are also less hygienic than the average toilet seat.
The thing I read, it said 400 times less hygienic than a toilet seat. I don't know how that's possible, but then again, you look around at some of the desks and you're like, okay, that's just like a germ breeding ground.
Well, you don't think to clean it as often as you think to clean your bathroom.
Yeah. That's true.
So maybe that's why. But also they say that about a lot of things. Like I've heard that about kitchen sinks, which makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of like raw meat and we clean everything in the kitchen sink.
Right.
So yeah, I can see that. My keyboard and my mouse, I like that we have Lysol spray cans everywhere around the newsroom.
It's a good idea.
I utilize those frequently. Well, so that's why this special holiday was created. A clean workspace unclutters and inspires the mind. And of course, scientific research shows that the tidy desks make us more efficient. Working at a clean and bright workspace has also been proven to reduce stress, which I definitely see.
I get that. It's nice once I spend a little time. My desk never gets too messy compared to like the sports guys here. There's just like
it's chaos.
Yeah.
You can see inside their mind when you look at their desk.
You need to call the hazmat team sometimes.
Right.
You know, not just this sports department. Past sports departments I worked with too. It's like a gym lobby or something.
I get it too. When I was reporting more, my desk was a mess.
Yeah.
Because you have all these papers and it's easier to have printouts sometimes. Yeah. But now that I'm not reporting as much, it's easier to keep it much cleaner.
Clean your keyboard, clean your mouse especially, because those things get just
get
icky.
That can of air, some disinfectant, lovely. Great way to end the week.
You have a good day after that.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to some history now. On this day in history, back in 1914, the Ford Motor Company announced it would begin an 8-hour workday and would pay a living wage for workers who would earn $5 a day. The workers had been earning just $2.44 an hour, and they had to work a 9-hour workday.
Wow, so that is revolutionary.
That's when they began the 5-day work week, actually. Before you used to have to work, you got like Sunday off to go to church or whatever. But
and it's fascinating too. It wasn't necessarily legislation; it was a company that made that the norm.
Yeah. I wonder if the union had something to do with it, or if they were unionized. Something to look into.
I have learned about this in many history classes, and
me too. my head is like a sieve. I can only hold so many things in there.
Right, bandwidth.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. In 1933, construction began on the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. Acclaimed as one of the world's most beautiful bridges, it's considered one of the best-known landmarks in the entire U.S. Did you know they created a color of paint just for the Golden Gate Bridge?
Is it because of the fog?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
That would make sense.
Yeah,
because I've driven over it once.
Yeah.
I got what did I get? I think I got a ticket because I didn't pay there's a toll.
They have tolls and stuff.
There's a toll, and I was like, oh gosh, I don't know how to pay this because it's automated.
I'll just blast right through. I'll get you on the backside.
I had to call and make a bunch of calls, but no, and it's too foggy to even see. I was alone driving over it, and I was like, well, that's the bridge.
That's the bridge. I know I'm on a bridge.
Yeah.
So. All right, moving on now. In 1934, both the National and American Baseball Leagues decided to use a uniform-sized baseball. It was the first time in 33 years that both leagues used the same sized ball. I bet it was kind of confusing before that.
Yeah, right.
In 1949, in his State of the Union address, President Harry S. Truman labeled his administration the Fair Deal. He said every segment of the population and every individual has a right to expect a fair deal from the government, including aid for education and a large tax cut for low-income earners.
And in 1956, Snoopy in the Peanuts comic strip walked on 2 legs for the first time. In 1972, President Richard Nixon announced that he had ordered the development of the space shuttle.
I didn't know Nixon had something to do with that.
I didn't either.
So we're learning all kinds of things today.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
Today's birthdays include actor Bradley Cooper. He's 49 today. Actress Diane Keaton is 78. And actor Robert Duvall is 93. Wow.
Can you believe that?
A lot of talent all in one day. These are some fantastic actors all in one.
Robert Duvall, I think that's an apocalypse now. I always struggle with that word.
I love Robert Duvall. Is he in Secondhand Lions? Have you seen that movie?
I don't know
That's
what
one
that
of my
is.
favorite movies ever.
Yeah, I like Robert Duvall, though. I mean, he goes way back. He can play anything,
He's
too.
great.
So,
yeah. Cool.
Hey, I hear a big storm's coming. I don't know if they've nailed down the details of it, but it sounds like we'll have some plowable snow.
Yep.
What is it, Sunday into Monday, something like that? Probably just in time to go back to work or
Yeah,
school.
I know. I know. We were supposed to get some flurries yesterday. I saw some, but then it wasn't enough to even hit the ground.
It was just a little
thing.
bit in the morning. So, yeah.
All righty. Yeah, let's check in with the expert. Devin Biggs joins us now.
Alrighty, happy Friday. So here's what we have our eye on. We have a gale warning that's posted until this morning, along the coast. We also have some more gale watches being posted here. And this is the winter storm watch that's posted through Sunday evening, for the southwestern parts of the state. We'll probably see some more advisories issued across the state as we'll be watching for some snow that will be moving in our direction. Otherwise, though, as we do move forward in time, the radar and satellite is pretty quiet. There was a little bit of snow outside of the country earlier, but now that has since backed off. And overall for today, we'll be looking pretty good. Maybe some clouds passing through, but otherwise a lot of sunshine today. As we do zoom things out, though, things looking pretty quiet for now. But the key word is for now. There's a highly advertised system out across parts of the country now, across the midwestern parts of the state. We can actually pull the map over and show you this, and we're seeing that development here now with this system here. I'll actually move the map a little bit more, though, and we're seeing this thing starting to develop, and now we'll be moving in our direction over the next few days. But futurecast for today, a lot of sunshine, maybe a few passing clouds. We'll watch for a few more clouds later on tonight, maybe a little bit of snow in the northern parts of the state, but for us, we'll be looking pretty good. As we move forward in time, though, the winds will be a little bit gusty, with some sustained winds up to 15 miles per hour. Gusts up to 25 miles per hour will also be possible. It will keep the winds rolling a bit in the parts of Saturday as well. As for today, here we go. So lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy out there. Highs in the mid-20s. That northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. That hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, a lot of sunshine. Temperatures in the 20s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin. Well, Maine is a fascinating state with a rich history and adventure around every corner. But in a state with more trees than people, it can be a daunting task to figure out where to start.
To help you get the ball rolling, one man has compiled many of the state's best kept secrets into his newest book. Devin Dagnall joins us now to tell you all about the newest installment of Destination Devin. Good morning, Devin.
All right, good morning, Craig. Take it to the story.
It's the new year, and part of my resolution is to read more. Luckily, I found a book that's right up my alley. It's called The Maine Road Show. It's full of bits of history and oddities that can only be found in the Pine Tree State. The author of the book is Mainer by marriage, Tim O'Brien.
I like him to call me whimsical.
He started the project as a sort of love letter to the state, to show everyone what it has to offer.
I thought, wow, I need to know this state better. My wife, who was born in Waterville, said, yeah, let's start looking around. So long before we even thought of doing the book, we started driving around Maine. Every Thursday, we use it as our day out.
The book covers things down in Kittery all the way up to Fort Kent, which means there's something in everyone's backyard to explore. Just here in Bangor, the book showcases the couch where Hannibal Hamlin died, the Duck of Justice, the Paul Bunyan statue, and the Coal Land Transportation Museum, which, according to O'Brien, is something everyone should check out, at least once.
That place knocked the socks off of me. I'm not a big museum guy, but I walked into that place. This building is like the size of a football field. And this is one man's dream and one man's collection, which is awesome. And I just stood there in total awe. And the provenance and the history, I mean, it's an amazing history of the state's land-based transportation system.
A lot of people might think that a book that talks about all the cool sideshows and attractions here in the state is something for tourists. Well, it is. But Tim doesn't think that should stop anyone from exploring, even if it happens to be where they live.
The thing is, I said, be a tourist in your home state. And that's what this book is aimed for, to let people who live in this state, Maine, see how cool the state really is.
Wow,
with him there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm so pro too. I'm from Maine, as we all are. I mean, And I still try to learn more about the state of Maine because
Yeah.
there's plenty of things that I don't know, and there's plenty of traveling that I haven't done yet around here, and I love it. It's about adventure.
No, absolutely, and that's what this book is all about, really just showing you the things that you've never heard of.
Yeah.
Not because, you know, you haven't lived in the state your whole life, but
Right.
there's so much in this state you have no idea about. It's awesome. And Tim was such a great guy. Actually worked for Ripley's Believe It or Not before he
Cool.
did this book. So I grew up reading those books, so that was
Me too.
awesome to meet
Yep.
him. And believe it or not, he's actually in Antarctica right now.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Cool.
That'd be a great book for like local B&Bs or hotels to
Absolutely,
have too.
just to give you an idea where to go.
Yeah, well, that's awesome.
Very neat.
I'll have to check it out.
Please do.
Cool. Thank you, Devin. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, right after the break, Ryan Sudol will have the latest with sports.
Don't go away.
The sweet spot where every craving finds its perfect match. Indulge in our pastries, delicious sandwiches, and our freeze-dried candy. Quench your thirst with our trendy bubble tea, natural energy drinks, or our all-fruit smoothies. The sweet spot in Ellsworth, where sweet meets savory, and every sip is an adventure.
For the best selection in classic and contemporary furnishings, stop by Richard Parks Furniture on High Street in Ellsworth. Handcrafted New England-made bedrooms and dining rooms, imported Scandinavian recliners and upholstery, more than 40 lines of furniture for the home and patio. Richard Parks Furniture is your #1 stop for quality, functionality, and well-designed furniture at affordable prices. Richard Parks Furniture.
Discover Richard Parks.
132 High Street in Ellsworth.
Discover Richard.
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota Equipment, the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience, with professional grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right. All backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
Available at Doors Equipment, 1468 Outer Hammond Street, Bangor.
This thing was an event that took place on a dairy farm, and it was not my after-prom party. Tune in for my new game show, Person, Place, or Thing.
Is this Woodstock?
Weekdays at 10 on ABC7.
When have you been known to strip your clothes off at work?
Get wild with Family Feud. New episodes this fall.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start with high school hockey. Bangor is 5-1 after their best season ever last year, and the team sees great things again this year with a big returning cast and a little extra push in playing for a fallen mentor.
Really, I thought it was our year that year, but we're riding off a lot of momentum.
That is an understatement, as Bangor boys hockey is 5-1 to start the year, coming off a Cinderella state semifinal berth last season.
We had a good finish last year, really strong. We had a slow start, and we're looking to get back into those games again, obviously in 2024.
Their offense has all of the potential to get them there. In the early goings, they've been on fire, scoring 5 goals a game, and it all comes down to depth and complementary hockey.
Good defense translates to good offense. I think we have a really good breakout going for us right now, and that's giving us a lot of good odd man rushes, which is really just translating to a lot more offense.
It also helps that defense is allowing just 2 goals a game, with help in net from underclassmen Cody McHugh, Miles Worcester, and Cole Fernald. Their internal competition driving their success.
All 3 goalies are young, underclassmen, sophomores, and freshmen, and they're working every day, competing, battling to play in the starting spot, and our goalie coach is really working well with them and making them better every day at practice.
The Rams' wins have not come against the stiffest competition, but they played Class A top team Lewiston to a 1-goal game in their only loss. A confidence boost and chance for some valuable lessons to be learned.
We knew they were going to be a top team, and honestly, I think we performed fairly well given the circumstances that we are in.
It shows us a learning tool where we have to play for 45 minutes and play the complete game, both back end and front end of the ice.
With this being nearly the same team as last year, the Rams think they can make another run. With added motivation in playing to honor former coach, Maine Black Bear, and forward Marc Andre's father, the late Guy Perron.
Everyone here really wants to just get this state championship win and dedicate it all to him.
This is all for him. I mean, when he was up there watching us, it was great. So I'm just very happy. Hopefully it ends very well.
Best of luck to them the rest of the way. Now to the New England Patriots. ESPN is reporting that Patriots head coach Bill Belichick is scheduled to meet with both Robert and Jonathan Kraft on Monday. Pats beat writer Mike Reese telling the Get Up show Thursday that the Krafts are looking for answers as to why things have fallen off so dramatically this season. In any event, the Pats still have to get ready for Sunday's season finale against the Jets at Gillette, where it could be Snow Bowl Part 2. Patriots quarterback Bailey Zappi says that could be a lot of fun.
It'd be either my first or second time playing in the snow, so it's going to be exciting. From Texas, we don't really play in snow very much, so it's going to be fun. It's going to be a great environment. Last game, try to end the year out strong, so I'm ready for it.
All right, now to some college hoops. Maine women's basketball starting their America East slate Thursday night, visiting the Riverhawks of UMass Lowell. Black Bears an all-time 19-2 against them heading into tonight. Pretty good record. Early first quarter, and Simon is multi-talented, but how about playing quarterback, a dot all the way down to Annika Halen for the deuce. Later on, Riverhawks taking the lead here. Sydney Watkins finds Abby Lindsay on the wing, and her three-pointer goes down. To the second quarter, Maine's Adriana Smith working near the paint, and with moves like this, you're just tough to contend with. She had a double-double in the first half and finished with 23 and 15. Finally, final seconds of the third, Caroline Dotsie gets Sarah Hodgson, and she nails it from deep at the buzzer. Maine 1-0 in conference play, 55-43 is the final. Okay, now to the high school hardwood we go. Yesterday we brought you Old Town and Ellsworth in girls action, two of the top teams in B North. Thursday night, the unbeaten Coyote boys welcomed Ellsworth, who are also the top team in B North boys. Pretty much a full house at McKenzie Gym for this one. Let's go to the second quarter here. Ellsworth leads. Josiah James Chin, a little shake, bake, take, and make from inside the foul line. Final seconds of the half now. Old Town's Grayson Tebow off the rebound, hurls it down to Aiden Gom at the buzzer, drills the deep two, and the place explodes. Tie game at the half. Third quarter, Old Town up 8. Braden King to Chance Mercier, and he swishes the long-range three to pull it to 5. But Old Town pulling away in the fourth. Here's Gom to Brendan Mahaney. 3-ball, gets it to go. Yotes up 11, and they go on to win 64-52 to stay unbeaten. Okay, now to some other scores from the area. Class A girls hockey, Chevrolet over Penobscot Pioneers 3-2. Class AA girls basketball, Bangor 44-34 over Edward Little. Class C boys basketball, Matt Nawcook 50-47 over Lee Academy. And Class B boys basketball, Orono 81-38 over Foxcroft Academy. Okay, that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Hi, Todd from Dorsey Furniture here with great news for anybody contemplating new furniture in the new year. Right now and until January 8th, selected floor samples throughout our showroom are half off the list price. These items won't last long and delivery will cost you a little extra, so bring your truck or trailer and take home the beautiful new furniture you've been waiting for. Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A, Holden, open 7 days a week. Start the new year with beautiful new furniture from Dorsey Furniture. Live well, my friends.
The most important thing is family. AAA shares the same family values. For over 100 years, AAA has been providing legendary service and has helped what it values most, its members. Join our family, and you could save on your auto insurance policy with our competitive pricing. Just like family, we offer you our support when you need it, whether it's questions about your policy or with our most trusted roadside assistance service. Visit AAA.com/insurance and find out how much you could save.
911, what's your emergency?
Get him out now!
It takes a special someone to want to live this life.
Suit up, we're heading inside.
Send out an army to find you.
We're in the business of saving lives.
I got a pulse.
911.
No matter how dark it gets, we're here together.
Welcome back in. We're going to take a quick look at that extended forecast.
Looks like a lot of sunshine today. We can expect mostly sunny conditions. It will be breezy with highs near 24 degrees.
And
your turn.
Oh, it's my turn.
Your
okay,
turn.
Partly cloudy tonight. It's dropping down to a low of 14. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, high of 23.
We'll be right back.
A family-owned and operated business since 1953, Hammond Lumber Company recognizes the value of their team members and the importance of employee satisfaction. Hammond is honored to have been named one of the best places to work in Maine for 3 years running. This year, Hammond was selected as one of the best companies to work for by Business New Hampshire magazine. Hammond is always looking for great people to join their team. To find your place on the Hammond team, click on the careers link at hammondlumber.com.
From different backgrounds,
in different places,
we can all choose a path.
The University of Maine system.
With universities and campuses across the state.
Puts college within reach.
For everyone.
With more than 100 degree programs.
Your future is here.
You can enroll directly at one of our universities.
And community college students can complete their degrees.
Because no matter where you are, your new path starts here.
University of Maine system.
Say yes to college.
Say yes to your future.
There's blood everywhere.
No one in cycling gets murdered. What the hell is going on?
Authorities have charged fellow cyclists with first-degree murder.
Tonight.
What is it like to hear that your daughter is a fugitive?
All new 2020, tonight on ABC.
Hi, I'm Angelina Mucci.
And I'm Andy Mucci of Family Fun Bowling Center.
When we want to know the weather, we go to foxbangor.com.
Celebrating our 50th anniversary year, Family Fun Bowling Center has 20 lanes of 10-pin bowling at its best.
You're not going to want to miss this.
Jeopardy, like the Everest of trivia.
Spit and truth therapy.
You gotta feel smart. If you wanna look smart, do smart, be smart, think smart, talk smart, be smart. You are smart, smarty pants.
What is Equus?
Nitroglycerin. Avignon.
Hyperglycemia.
You got revenge on that category.
I sure did.
You got to unleash the power.
Woo!
That's the path to Jeopardy success.
You know, I like that, yeah.
Yes.
This week at 7:30, only on ABC 7.
A report from data company PayScale shows the top 10 jobs with expected high demand wage growth in 2024. The report identifies several jobs that have seen a growth in compensation after surveying more than 770,000 people. Hairdressers, car body repairers, and fitness coaches were a few of the roles that saw an 18 to 24% increase in workers' median pay last year, with master plumber seeing the highest yearly pay of $82,700. PayScale says it expects these jobs to remain high in demand in the new year, which makes sense. It's plumbers are in short supply these days.
Get into those service jobs.
Yeah.
You know, we always need electricians, builders, that kind of thing.
Always.
All right, here's the story we're all been looking forward to, and I'm the lucky guy that gets to read it.
Yeah.
All right, a man in Florida is suing the coffee giant Dunkin' Donuts after he says a toilet exploded while he was using it. It's happened to me before.
Nuh-uh.
Not for the same reasons, probably. All right. Paul Kiroak, I guess his name is suing the coffee giant because back in January 6th of 2022, he was using the restroom when the toilet exploded and left him covered in human waste. According to the lawsuit filed in Florida's 9th Judicial District Court on Wednesday, Kiroak was left to clean himself after that disaster. He claims that workers at the Orange County coffee shop conceded that they were aware there were, quote, problems with the toilet. He's asking the coffee giant to fork over $50,000 to cover his legal fees and his mental illness.
I'd be asking for more.
I want to know why
that
it
is
exploded.
traumatic.
Was it the chili?
Have a great day.
Have a good day, folks.